Good morning, hello. We are here in Forbidden Valley at Alton Towers to check out one of the oldest rides in the park in the section of Forbidden Valley. This ride is not open since 2015. It was open only for 3 seasons. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess? I'm pretty sure it has something to do with Nemesis. Yes, of course, we're here for the second day of sub-terra being opened. Of course, we wasn't here for the opening day, and I've heard it was brilliant. Unfortunately, we couldn't have the time off from work to come down. Of course, a lot of content creators out there were filming it, of course, but we're here today to check out our review. Of course, spoiler free. Of course, if you don't like spoilers, there will be a section in this vlog where we'll just tell you a brief introduction, and then we will go into detail about it all in there. Of course, Connor, it's your first time. Are you excited?
I do love my fair share of cocktails.
Whoa. First spoiler straight away. Thank you for ruining that for everyone.
Yeah,
it is, as he said, it is a drop tower, and it was manufactured by AVC.
You for knowing that?
Yeah, I do know this. Hopefully it's had a lot of changes. Obviously, I rode it in 2015. I think I was about 12. I don't remember too much of it. I just remember the key aspects of it and, of course, the story. But yeah, it's interesting for you, isn't it, to see what it's going to be like. Are you excited? Nervous, right? Because I'm not a big fan of drop towers, so I'm really nervous to go on this. Of course, you know, it's all based on the phalanx, isn't it? So it's going to be interesting. Let's see how this goes. The queue so far is not that bad. You can fit 40 in the 40 is the capacity in there, so it's quite high capacity. But let's just see how it goes. And of course, in this vlog, we'll also have a construction update on Nemesis, of course, because obviously, when you come to towers, you have to come and check out the construction of Nemesis. So we'll film in the queue line and show you some of the queue line, and then we'll film after and give you our thoughts and opinions. Excited?
Yeah, I am.
Let's go. Nemesis sub-terra. So we've just had information off the phalanx that sub-terra is going to be opening a bit later on, and they don't know exactly what time it's going to be open. So we're going to go and check out the Nemesis construction while we're here and have a coffee, because, you know, we all need a bit of caffeine in our life, don't we?
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just going to check out whether any more updates has been provided for us for Nemi. Of course, I'm excited to see that. I think everyone is. Connor, you're not so much.
No, it's more Oblivion, mate.
What? Do not bring Oblivion into this. This is the first B&M that was at the park.
I know, yeah.
The best B&M in the park. Yeah, so we're going to check out the construction of Nemesis. I'm excited to see what's gone up, and of course we'll show you some new shots of the new track, and of course that's up in place already. Oh, you know what? That's exciting. Of course, we will be going back on all our favourite rides, but that will be featured in the other vlog for Mardi Gras, of course. If you haven't already checked that out, please go check that out. That will be up before this one. Are you excited for Mardi Gras?
I am indeed.
Right, let's go get ourselves a nice coffee, and I will catch you when sub-terra eventually comes back. As you can see here, we've got a bit of the track in. Looks exciting, don't it, Con?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's crazy to see it up in person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, it looks like, what part of the track would you say that is? The inversion over the station?
I would say so.
I'd say that's the inversion over the station. I think that's the part they're doing the most at the moment, work-wise. Nothing really much to see over the station. Of course, you can see they've took some of the tentacles off. So are they going to start doing the station now? I'm assuming they're going to start doing work, but not really much else you can see from this point. But I just thought I'd show you that colour scheme of red and black. What's your thoughts on the colour schemes, Con?
I wish it was still the original colours of Nemesis, but it does look a lot better.
It does. It looks nice. It looks really fresh.
Yeah.
More modernised now compared to what a 1994 B&M inverted is. So yeah, we're gonna head over. Everything's on 0 minutes at the moment. A lot of things are closed. Sub-terra is still closed at the moment, so I don't think we'll be getting over there. But we are going to head up to Tower Street now and go and check out the entertainment for Mardi Gras, which will be on Tower Street. And I guess we'll do some filming for our Mardi Gras vlog. So go check that out if you haven't already on the channel. And please don't forget to subscribe. Glenn, anything else you'd like to say about the Nemesis construction?
We should do, yeah.
We should hurry up. Yeah, I'm missing it. Well, quite a lot now. I think what it is, Forbidden Valley has no, it doesn't have life anymore, does it really, since Nemesis is gone, and I think it just needs it now. Also, by the way, we have got our Costa coffees, haven't we, Con?
We have indeed, as usual.
What's your review on your Costa coffee?
I don't like the morning ones, and the first ones.
Yeah, no, they're not that great, but hey-oh, it's caffeine, so let's go and see Mardi Gras. Waiting for about half an hour now, haven't we?
Nearly 40 minutes.
We're nearly at the front. Well, we literally are at the front. We're going to be on the next batch. I'm quite nervous actually because I don't like drop towers, do I? So this is going to be quite nerve-wracking. But Connor says, if you're like 13, you're going to like this. I did do it many years ago, but don't forget I was a kid back then. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit different when you're a child compared to like if you lose your faith, like fear factor. So yeah, so like we're in the next batch. As you can see, Jackson. It's crazy. Anyway, shut up, you. Yeah, so we'll see you when we come off the ride. Yeah, before you go on, there is a baggage hold, so it's just like Smiler and 13, isn't it? Where you got to put your bags and that in the baggage holders. Oh. I'm nervous. Are you nervous?
I'm excited.
No, I'm really nervous. Like I've got the stomach feelings. Anyway, we'll see you after the ride. So outside Sub-terra now is the tank, and it's now been painted up, which is really nice colouring to match the Nemesis theming. I love the Phalanx logo on it, and the red really fits well with the black. It really has. They have really done justice on this ride. I think it's one of those where I feel like it could be a lot better, but it could also be improved. Yeah, you'll hear my thoughts and opinions about it in a minute. Yeah, so, but I really love this tank. It's really good. Yeah, awesome theming for sub-terra. Also, just to know, here's the ride extra the ride rules. So you must be a minimum of 1.4 meters tall to ride. Guests must be able to sit upright and unaided and have full control of upper torso. A live actors area part of this facility. They will not touch you or harm you. This attraction is not recommended for children under 12 and guests with claustrophobia. Personal belongings, baggage and loose, sharp or bulky items including scarves, mobile phone, hats, glasses, purses, lighters, hearing aids, electronic devices, cameras, etc. are not allowed inside. Shirts and suitable shoes must be worn at all times. Alton Tower Resort operates a no smoking or vaping policy, which includes in all queue lines, which I've already seen people vaping in the queue lines, which I think is wrong. Warning, within the facility, whenever you are present with a restraint, please remain seated and make sure you hold on. There's strobe lighting, loud noises, smoke and flashing effects are used inside. Guests with photosensitive, epilepsy or other related medical conditions should not enter. And if you are in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart conditions, neck problems, motion sickness or other conditions that could be aggravated by the experience, guests under the influence or out of alcohol or drugs should not enter. This facility is not suitable if you are pregnant. The seating and restraints within the facility may prohibit guests of certain body shapes or sizes from riding. So yeah, that's a bit of information on the rules of this. Yeah, it's quite interesting that Sub-terra has a 1.4 meter ride restriction, which I really do think that it should be a 1.3, maybe a 1.2. But however, I do see why it's a 1.4 because some parts in there do get scary, and of course some parts are quite brutal in there. I mean, yeah. Anyway, that's the rules and the truck, and I'll make sure to film a review. Side Nemesis then, of course, Nemesis Sub-Terra then. Yeah, I just want to say that the queues are quite long. However, it does move quite quick in the queue line, but it takes ages to load people into the bay, which really does, I don't know, it just doesn't take effect of it. Yeah, the queue line's quite long. Right now it's on a 45-minute queue, which I don't think it is because it's just around the corner, which realistically should be like, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. But however, because of how low the capacity is in that ride, it just doesn't fit well. It just takes longer than normal. 45 minutes, however, still not that bad, rather than waiting 120 minutes, which it was on earlier. And yeah, it was just, earlier it was just slow and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, so 45 minutes isn't too bad for Sub-Terra. The theming and the signage and everything like that is perfect for Sub-Terra. Of course, will this be a permanent thing? I can say so, yes. I do feel like they will keep Sub-Terra. However, it may be taken away from the experience when Nemesis reopens. I really do think that Nemesis Sub-Terra will not get as much queues for when Nemesis opens up. I think it'll go back to the way it was, but I will do a full review in a minute about the whole experience in there and everything that's happened in there when Connor comes back from the toilet. Let's just talk about a little bit of the theming. However, in the queue line's perfect. I like the queue line. There's various of TVs around the queue line where you've got pre-shows that talk a little bit about the story of Nemesis and the story of the Phalanx, which is quite good. I think it's decent in that queue line. However, I could possibly ask for more Phalanx signs in the queue line, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, maybe eggs dotted around, or research facility stuff on the floor in the queue lines maybe. However, that's just all based on my opinion. Overall, the queue line isn't too bad, and it's not really that lengthy of a queue line, really. And you get a great view of Nemesis, of course, when you're in that queue line. So when Connor comes back from the toilet, we'll film our review, and we'll tell you all about what happens inside. Of course, if you do not want no spoilers, please skip past this point. However, I will do a little section where there's no spoilers, so you can hear just my thoughts and reviews on it. There will be a detailed review in there, so it'll be talking about all the things that goes on in there, all the actors stuff in there, of course, and obviously the main ride operating itself. Just if you don't want no spoilers, please skip past this. Skip to the point where on screen there should be a sign to tell you when you can skip to, and then I'll just give you my overall thoughts and opinions, and probably a rating, and whether I will do it again or not. Let's get into it. This will be spoilers, so if you don't want to watch, just skip it. Watch the other vlog from it. There's no spoilers in there. So, first thing you do when you get in there, Connor, is...
Well, you go into like a little bunker slash pre-show area where you have a little 30-second video on your screen, and you move into an elevator.
Yeah, so in that pre-show area, it just shows you like the information about this egg they've captured, which is from the Nemesis creature, of course. It shows you a few of the things that happened on Nemesis closures day, which was on the 6th of November 2022, for its retrack, which is looking perfect at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's another topic, and that's in the sub-terra vlog, of course. Yeah, it's pretty a bit daunting in there, to be honest, in my opinion. I think the pre-show, you wait about 5 minutes before the pre-show even comes on.
And yet they don't even fill them up. They don't fill the...
Yeah, the capacity could be a lot better in there. But yeah, we'll talk about the capacity and things after, a little bit afterwards, while we talk about this. So yeah, this pre-show is not that long. It's about 30 seconds. It's not really worth it, is it? But no, other than that, it is a decent pre-show, I would say, and it does show good information. My only thoughts and opinions about it is the actors in there should have been a lot better. While you're waiting for this video to be showed and viewed, it should be, you know, they should be interacting with you, going, okay, well, telling you off or something like that. I think, in my opinion, the first time when we went on it, they did tell you off because you weren't standing on the spots, and they do come and interact with you in the queues while, you know, you're working. And there was a couple behind us and they were talking to them and stuff like that, but I feel like it should just be overall interaction in there. And then, like Connor said, after this pre-show, you step into 2 elevators, so you get split into 4 groups. So they'll say 1 and 4 will go in first, and then 2 and 3, just to break it up a little bit, so that you're all not cramped in there, and any claustrophobia phobias isn't an issue in there. And then these elevators are not actually going down, but they're like moving to seem like it is. There's not really much movement when you first go in there. It's a bit more like it feels like you are actually going in this elevator, and lights are flashing in there. Connor, what's your thoughts and opinions on that bit?
The only thing I'd say, it is claustrophobic in them lifts, so that's one thing.
Yeah, so
suffer if claustrophobia, like myself, which I managed to do, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you for doing it.
But it's something that if you have got claustrophobia, it wouldn't recommend. But the lights on the doors as they're moving down, it looks like the elevator is moving.
Yeah, just to say, there is strobe lighting in there. It's not suitable for anyone that's epileptic or who suffers with any disorders that do have sensory issues. I would say if you look at the cue board first to see whether you can go on this ride. It's a minimum of 1.4 meters. However, I am going to say I do think it should be 1.3, but I can see why, because of the sensory issues, and it's not suitable for little kids, I would say. For children who want to go on it, yeah, I think it's best off as a 1.4. I would say 1.3 because of the ride, but however, I can see why they put it as a 1.4. So then after these elevators, you're now taken into a chamber area, which is very nice. Well, no, before that, you travel through like a cave. And it is very detailed in there. You can see that it's a cave experience. However, I think a bit more theming, maybe a bit more like red veins in there, maybe, or something more lighting in there.
And some like smell pods.
And smell pods that you're actually underneath the ground, because you can still tell that you're not underneath. But personally, that's my opinion. A lot of people have said that they really enjoy that section of it. There's blue lighting and dark lighting in there, which I think is nice. I think it's a nice little touch, but I'd prefer red lighting or black lighting, because to fit Nemesis' new retrack. However, everything's perfect in there, in my opinion. What do you think?
I think it's the best bit of that bit is just starting to walk into the actual main thing itself. Like I said, you could add some extra little bit of touches up, like smell pods, better thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing.
Yeah, it's a great attraction there. And then you get taken into this chamber where you've got 4 sets of 10 rows. No, so you've got 4 sets of 10 seats around this massive egg, which is the whole purpose of this ride, isn't it? So yeah, you've got one in one corner, another in another corner, and so on. You get the example of that. And yeah, it's well lit in there, to be honest, when you walk in. And you've got the egg, the main egg in the centre of it with like test lab things, test lighting and stuff like that. It's well nice in there. And the two phalanx members, which is obviously the rider hosts in there, are well themed up together. It's nicely lit in there and nice theming in there. However, I feel like they could have themed those drop towers.
Yes.
The seating, I think they could have added a little bit more like theming effects in there, or special effects on the egg to make it look like it's, you know, cracking and stuff like that, and the veins are running up. However, it's a nice little chamber section, isn't it? Is that your...
Well, I'd say, you know, the drop terrors, the best had like tentacle arms, like off the Nemesis. I think would have been good on them.
Yeah, like I said, more theming on the...
The good thing about it though is how when you start off on the ride, smoke effects start coming on through the egg.
Yeah.
But the only downfall is obviously the egg cracks, but obviously it's two different plates, so it turns around to show the cracked egg, and you can see the plate move.
Yeah.
So
yeah, as we get onto this ride now, onto the drop section, it's about 7 foot, which is...
It's 20 foot, so it's about 6 metres.
6 metres, it isn't...
It's nothing spectacular.
Yeah, it's the same as particularly 13, and it doesn't drop that fast either. It drops quite subtly, doesn't it? But the lights go all dark in there before you drop, and you do drop at different points, don't you?
Yes.
But you don't notice it.
No.
Because you all think that you're going down at the same time. And as you drop down, I think the lighting, if I remember the right, lighting comes back up.
Yeah.
The lighting comes back on, and you're now in like an under section where there's loads of eggs, which is now themed to
The new Nemesis.
yeah, to the new Nemesis retrack colours, which is really special, I think. Yeah, so that's really nice under there. And then you get lifted back up slowly, and you've got wind, water, prodded in the back, leg tigglers, effects that happen as you're coming back up, which I think is nice. As you come back up, there's sirens going off, and you're then ushered to be left to leave that room. And then you decide you've got to leave that room, and you kind of go into like an empty section where there's 2 lifts, and then you go back into these elevators, and it now goes pitch black in there, and you start moving, and the floor starts shaking, and then the floor really starts to shake then, which I think is nice.
Yes.
Really do think that's a nice touch in there. And then after that, the doors open, and you think nothing's much of it. You think you're just about to get out of this elevator. A phalanx, I would say not a phalanx member. I'd say more like a phalanx member that with a gas mask on, that has phalanx uniform overalls on, and they jump at ya, and it's almost like they're trying to get you out. And then you go through like a little scare maze attraction type of thing, but it's not really a scare maze, is it?
Not anymore.
No. And there's actors popping out. Well, there's one single actor in my experience anyway. I don't know about you, Connor, but there was only one member.
Yeah.
And they popped out and under this like curtain type of thing. And yeah, it really did scare the poop out of me. I'm not going to lie. It did scare like me quite like really massively. But however, yeah, it wasn't the best. And then you go into kind of like this white layout, like a laboratory thing, and then that's it really, the end of it. Yeah, just to remember, loose articles and bags are not to be taken onto the ride. You have got a baggage holder. But yeah, what do you think of the scare maze?
It's not the best. Like I was saying as well, you know, that little bit extra of the scare could have been better. In my opinion, one of the phalanx should have been pulled back on a bungee cord to make it look like the Nemesis. I just took one of them.
Yeah.
Blood spewing out.
Yeah.
But the one downfall is that I've experienced with seeing other people come on the ride is that they've sort of checked the limit of what you can go on the ride, so the harness won't come down to a certain size.
So if you're a bit bigger built, then some people you can't get on this ride, unfortunately. But you can experience everything else. They just take you out of that section and they give you the option whether you want to stay in or go. Overall, my opinion on it, it's a great filler attraction for the park, and it's going to bring it, as we've seen the past 2 days, since it's been open, which was the 27th of May, it does actually give a good capacity down there. Now Forbidden Valley does seem like it has got an atmosphere, and I am going to say it's a great filler attraction. Would I ride it every single time I come? No. I think it's a one-time season for people that come every single week, such as us. However, I do feel like it is worth giving a go when you're here, if you are tall enough, of course, and if you are, big enough or whatever. But yes, it is worth a go, and it is worth to see it and have a look and giving your experience on it. Whether my opinions obviously is my opinions, Connor's opinions is his opinions. However, go and see it yourself, go and check it out. It is a good filler attraction. Wouldn't ride it every single time I go like I do with Curse, because Curse, I notice different things each time. I think personally myself, I'd have to give it another go to give more in-depth analysis of it. But however, I think it is a great filler attraction, and I think it is good for the Forbidden Valley. Do I see this being a permanent ride or a temporary ride? Honestly, I think it might just be a temporary ride.
I think till next year, till Nemesis back opens.
However, though, I think it might well be a permanent ride if they can get that capacity in, and if they can get those lap bars ready. But not overall.
I'll have to ride it again the second time to actually get a proper good judgment of it, and I wouldn't ride it every time I come here. It's not something I'm overly excited and hyped up over.
Yeah.
So, but overall, it's something to add on to the District of Forbidden Valley whilst Nemesis and its retrack.
Yeah.
But I think it's only going to be a temporary ride until Nemesis reopens next year, and then that's going to be the end of it for sub-terra for a long time now.
I mean, it's great that they brought back an old ride. I'm really, really happy they have brought it back, because it was a good ride, and it is still a good ride. But however, I think the main attention now of Forbidden Valley will be Nemesis when it comes back. But we'll see how it goes in the next year and see if it still stays open. But however, I think it's just out of its purposes right now. So, but other than that, I really did enjoy it, and I would rate it possibly 7 out of 10, in my opinion, because of the theming in there. It really does bring it to life. But like I say, it's a filler attraction. It's great for the capacities, as we've seen over the past 2 days while being here. And what do you?
I'm going to say 6.
You say a 6. You're not really a big fan of theme experiences, are you? Really, you're not big a fan of scare mazes and stuff like that. Whereas I can take it. I mean, I'll get scared. Don't get me wrong, but I can take them and I can do them. However, just one thing for me is I don't like people touching my legs or anything like that. So that's the only downfall for me, realistically. But however, yes, I did enjoy it, and I would ride it again. Probably in Scarefest I'll ride it. Because I don't think we'll be coming until Scarefest. Well, maybe you might see us more coming. But that's my opinion on it. I mean, it's perfect for if you want to have a ride on it. Yeah? Connor, any more comments to say?
There's nothing more I can say about it, really. There's not much to add on.
So there you go. That's our thoughts and opinions on sub-terra. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It will mean the world to us. I think we're going to carry on our day here at Alton Towers. Also, there's other vlogs to check out, so if you haven't already checked them out, go and check them out. We've also got a stargazing pod accommodation vlog that's going to be coming out soon. Obviously, Nemesis, sub-terra, sharing our thoughts and opinions of the area around it, and of course a Nemesis construction update. Obviously we need to get them construction updates because it's working pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Yeah, and also a Mardi Gras vlog, which we very much enjoyed, didn't we? So
indeed.
we'll be checking out all the food and entertainment around there. So if you haven't already subscribed, I've been Stacey.
I've been Connor.
And this is Stacks Rides, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you in another vlog.